Well, hello fellas, it's me, Hiba, and welcome to a new episode of Basket Reviews. And of course, today we review the sixth ever Basket Coming and overall the sixth from the first season, Finding Georgia. Um, Maybe you're wondering why Georgia exactly, but I'm gonna tell you all the things at the end of the episode, like the story of this comic and shit like that, and even more things. When I'll do the final review, the final rating. But now I wanna talk about the comic itself. So we're gonna start with the story or plot. The plot is starts with the guys. I mean, me, Shooter, Reno, Yon, and yeah, standing on the chairs, doing whatever the fuck we like to do. And at some point, Georgia randomly shows up, and he says, "Guys," and just waves his hand, and then randomly disappears like a ninja. We're all confused until a few days later, we do random stuff like sharing memes or getting girlfriends. Yeah, I know. At that time, I didn't have a girlfriend. I'm sorry, Andrea. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the kingdom, or Shooter's kingdom. So yeah, and at some point we found out how important Georgia actually was for us, and we are trying to find the entire city. Yeah, we put winter posters all over town and all that shit. We were really sad, and a couple of days later, hours I don't remember, but later, Reno finally shows up from nowhere, showing himself fucking hurt, and we were all confused. I said, Reno, what the fuck, man? And he explained to us that he actually went to Osama bin Laden's house, and yeah, he actually knew where George is because he's fighting for a couple of years. Yeah, again, random humor. Like, why did Osama spy Georgia? Like, what's the point with this? But hey, you get what I mean. And yeah, then he tells him in Arab some shit about where he is, and then at something randomly explodes. Of course, everything's okay. Well, what can I say? Then we're going to that place that Osama told us, and fun thing fun, we're finding George at a fucking party. Yeah, at a JoJo dancing party. Well, the thing is that George has been always a JoJo fan, so I can judge him. that kind of rhyme, not gonna lie. And then he actually insisted on us that he told Lori to tell us that he's going to this party, but we didn't hear her. Well, surprised why, but it's not because of the reason mentioned previously. And then, yeah, Georgia told us that he actually has to stay more because the party isn't over yet. Okay, we agree because at least we've seen that he's okay. And then Johan activates his jumping shoes like a fucking idiot, and then again, another Dark Georgia cameo. And yeah, the end, but actually, not really the end. It shows that the real scene of what did Lori actually tell us. And yeah, we were actually fucking or actually, I don't want to explain. So that's the plot of the comic. It's what I can say. Really, not really complex. Pretty simple. Again, just really loving, charming. It has a funny equally, but it still is a story. It still has a story of sadness, or when you lose someone loved or shit. So yeah, pretty much it still brings a message and a lesson in this comic, like most fast of comics. But we are we are not talking about this now. Moving on. Let's talk about the humor in this comic. The humor in this comic is fantastic. Well, if you ask me, pretty much all the comics after the fourth comic are really great in humor. But this one, if you ask me honestly, this one maybe is funnier than the fifth comic. I think it is. It is funny in my opinion. It's more funnier because the jokes were just so around, just thrown together. But like it had a really comic sense to it. Like it still was funny. Like, wait, in this scene that is showing right now, why is Shooter a king? Why does he have his own kingdom? Why is Reno and Fabi and Joanna all in the slaves? And then why does Reno suddenly appear out hurt? Like, yeah, pretty much this comic was maybe funnier than the fifth comic, but it's still pretty much on the same level, not gonna lie. So yeah, the humor in this comic is fantastic, really funny, but Honestly, not as good as the feature comics, but it's still really good. Don't get it wrong. Okay, next we're gonna talk about the characters. The characters in this comic are Fabi, Shooter, Yuan, Reno, Georgia, Lori. Um, does it count Corey Taylor? But no, not actually, because it was just image or something. So Monica, Yogi Bear. Who else? Who else? Let me think. What the fuck? Who else, man? Oh, Osama Bin Laden and Lori. I guess that's all. I guess I didn't miss anybody. No, I think I didn't. So, yep. Okay. Again, sorry for interruptions and shit, but I've been trying to explore a little bit of things, and I wanna see what is actually going on, but not really important. I guess it doesn't disturb you. So, yeah. Now, moving on, we're gonna talk about the art style. The art style of this comic is, again, really similar to the fifth comic, but I think it still has some improvements. You could see that the hairstyles became better, much better drawn. The facial expressions actually got a little bit better, but not good as the future comics. Because if you want me to be honest, the true moment when the art style really got better was now the comic after this one, of course, Japanese niggers. So, yeah, I've talked about pretty much everything. I talked about the story, the humor, the characters, the art style. Well, I guess no one should give the rating, but I'm gonna also talk about the story, as I said at the beginning of the video, and a little more facts. And I think I know in the previous episodes I was telling facts and shit about them at the beginning of the episode, and I was analyzing them. But in this case, the story is too long, and I just can leave it at the beginning. Because if the story wasn't that long, well, I would have already told all the facts at the beginning. But anyways, it doesn't matter. So let's talk about the story. Why exactly Georgia? Why exactly a comic about Georgia? Well, if you want to know, in 2018, even if I know Georgia since 2016, since I was working on Terrence Village Life, me and Georgia kind of had a rough relationship up until I started making Fast Cut, or pretty much at the end of the year if you want a date. But the thing is that, well, if you want to know why, I was finding him kind of annoying, and we were all kind of always fighting, and I was in the most part of 2018. And when I made this comic, I actually felt really bad, and I wanted to apologize to him for it because even if I was finding him annoying before, I didn't at that time. I found out he's actually a really nice guy. Actually, not a pretty nice guy. It's a really nice guy. But I was pretty dumb before, and I didn't understand why. But he was uh, pretty much pissing me sometimes. But I have no idea. Okay, don't ask me why. So George and me boy, if you see this video, again, I'm sorry, man, but I swear everything's okay between us now. I don't understand even now, man. Why did I hate you? But I have no idea. Okay, I'm sorry. And yeah, I think I told this in the description for this comic in the downloadable link. But hey, now you heard more details. And yeah. Another thing about this comic that it was made in almost 1 week, in the longest, one of the longest breaks in the season, along with the Japanese niggers. A lot of them being for 1 week. Especially, but this compared to the previous comic, it's pretty much a really big difference. At least from Japanese niggers, you have expected that, but from this, well, not really. It was an almost 1 week break because it was from 10 to 16 in 6 days, but you get a point. Because in that period I was busy with school and shit, and I wanted to spill a little bit more of the paint, or how can I say it? But yeah, that's something that I didn't want to talk about. But anyways, and another thing that in why I was numbing is because it was also that in a period when I was really happy, our group chat had we also had today was getting bigger. A lot of people in here, especially I think Andrea got back finally. Before I was talking to her on private, just like today. Nah, just kidding. And yeah, that's why she was pretty silent in the comics, and I didn't know that much how to what to say about her, you know. And that's why she started talking Japanese digger. So I hope you all understand now, because I just wanted to see how she's acting to the other guys. But we'll talk about it in the next episode, okay? So again, in that period when I was really happy, and yeah, it was all okay. What can I say? What else? Yeah. An interesting fact about this comic is that this comic at first was normally meant to be a lot of deeper, with a with a much more sadder meaning. Like I wanted to do a really sad comic and show Georgie how much it actually means to me, even if I was that kind of abusive friend that he likes his friend, like he likes him a lot, but he's bullying him at the same time or mocking him. Yeah, I've met a couple of people, and I think you know what I mean. But I swear, before I was a stupid asshole. I got better at the end of the year. Even in my cases, music in general got better. And at the end of past year, and I started making fast food, so you know what I mean. But holy shit, I swear I wasn't a stupid asshole, and I think Georgia, with my wife, and even more people will know what I mean. But as I said, I wanted this comic to be much more sadder, a deeper meaning, a much more shit. But then I thought in my head, it won't be Fast Food. Fast Food was meant to be a funny comic series to bring you a smile on your face and shit like that. But I still wanted to make it a little bit sad to show our pain and shit. So that's why the humor in this comic was so great. Because if I would have to take the first route, it would have been boring as fuck and pretty much just too depressing for fast food. Too depressing. But it's really great that I did it this way with its humor, but still its sadder moments. And that's why I love this comic so much. So, another fact, and maybe the last one I can say, this was the last fast food comic that has been made in the middle era. Like, again, I said in the Japanese niggers is pretty much from fast food again, getting another evolution except the Christmas 2018 Christmas special. And yeah, this comic pretty much what can I say? It pretty much had that kind of value that the previous two comics had, like pretty much the same art style, and the art style maybe is the biggest shoner for all of those things. Maybe it shows the most. And pretty much the humor was the same. Characters, characters' attention were the same, but that's not really the point. Maybe this is because it was made just simply of the art style, the comics, longevity, and most probably the stories. But characters and humor, I think they do not really count in. So, yeah. Well, fellas, man, that was a pretty long review. This time I really reviewed a lot, and I'm sorry if I bored you, I made you bored, but I don't really have anything else to say. But I'm pretty sure the next episode will be even more longer, so expect more. And of course, that has sense because I don't really make episodes that long. So, fellas, my final rating to this comic, because it was a really good comic. It showcased the relationship with us, with George, and how much it means to me. The humor was funny. The story was good written. The art style was good. Really good comic overall. Another really great comic. So, I will rate it as 7.5. And please, I forgot to mention this in the previous comics. Please let me know in the comments how much you would rate a Fast Food comics. It's really interesting to me too. And fuck Discord. So yeah, guys, that was the the review for the 6th Fast Food comic, the first season or whatever. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch more videos on my channel, or share whatever you want. And don't forget to read fast if you did it. And I'll see you guys another time. Bye bye. Tasco Boys forever!